Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's explosive update, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with your friends because what we're about to discuss could shake the foundations of law enforcement in South Africa. We're talking about a story that has sent shockwaves across the country. Police Commissioner Fannie Masemola reportedly facing arrest over allegations of corruption. Yes, you heard that right. The man at the very top of the South African police service could soon be in handcuffs if these reports are true. This is not just another political scandal or a minor controversy. This is about the head of the nation's police force, the person tasked with upholding the law, now finding himself in the crosshairs of the very justice system he commands. It's a moment that forces us to confront difficult questions about accountability, leadership, and the depth of corruption in our institutions. According to emerging reports, Masemola is allegedly implicated in serious corruption-related matters that could lead to criminal charges. While full details are still unfolding, insiders claim investigators have been building a case against him, and the evidence might be strong enough to warrant an arrest. This is not the kind of whisper that can be brushed aside, it's the kind of revelation that could trigger a full-blown crisis within the police service. What makes this case even more explosive is the symbolism. The Commissioner of Police is meant to be the guardian of justice, the protector of the public, the embodiment of the fight against crime. If the man holding that office is found to have abused his position for personal gain, it's not just an individual failure, it's a betrayal of the public trust. South Africa's law enforcement reputation is already under intense scrutiny, with citizens complaining about rising crime, slow investigations, and a perceived lack of accountability. This kind of scandal could push public confidence even lower. Masemola's tenure as police commissioner has not been without its controversies, but an arrest for corruption would take things to an entirely new level. It would also raise pressing questions about how deep the rot goes within the ranks of the police force. Is this an isolated incident, or is it just the tip of the iceberg? Are there other senior officials engaged in similar misconduct, shielded by the same system that was supposed to root out corruption? For ordinary South Africans, the idea of the top cop potentially being corrupt is deeply unsettling. Crime already feels like it's spiraling out of control in many communities. People want to believe that there is someone at the top who can lead an honest fight against criminal syndicates, violent crime, and systemic corruption. If the commissioner himself is compromised, what does that mean for the rest of the system? Who watches the watchers? This moment also exposes a troubling pattern in South Africa's leadership across multiple sectors. We've seen ministers, CEOs, and even heads of state implicated in corruption scandals. Now, the police service, an institution that should be the bedrock of public safety, might be headed for yet another credibility crisis. This pattern erodes faith in democracy itself. People start to wonder, if corruption is everywhere, is there anyone left who can be trusted? Masemola has not yet made a full public statement addressing the arrest reports, but sources suggest that behind closed doors, there is panic in the upper echelons of the police. An arrest of this magnitude would not only be humiliating for the commissioner personally but could also destabilize the entire leadership structure of the SAPS. There are already murmurs of political interference, with some suggesting this could be part of a power struggle within the police and government. Others believe it's simply the inevitable result of years of unchecked misconduct finally catching up to him. If Masemola is arrested, the next steps will be critical. Will the investigation be thorough, transparent, and free from political manipulation? Or will it turn into yet another drawn-out legal circus, where charges are laid but justice is never served? South Africans have grown weary of high-profile arrests that fizzle out without convictions, leading many to believe that the rich and powerful are untouchable. The implications of this case extend far beyond one man. If the top cop falls, it could open the floodgates for investigations into other senior police officials and even expose links between law enforcement and organized crime. There have long been allegations that criminal networks operate with the protection or even active assistance of corrupt police officers. If Masemola's alleged involvement in corruption is proven, it could validate those suspicions and force a reckoning within the SAPS. This is why transparency is key right now. The public deserves to know the facts, not just whispers and leaks. If there is evidence against Masemola, it must be presented clearly, and the process must be handled with integrity. Anything less would be another blow to a justice system already teetering under the weight of public doubt. For now, the nation waits and watches. If the reports are accurate, the arrest of Fannie Masemola would be one of the most significant moments in South African law enforcement history. It would signal that no one, not even the highest-ranking police official, is above the law. But it could also deepen the crisis of confidence in an institution that desperately needs to rebuild its credibility. This unfolding story also forces us as citizens to reflect on our role. We cannot afford to be passive observers. Corruption thrives in silence. It survives when the public is too tired or too distracted to demand accountability. This is the moment to speak up, to insist that justice be applied equally, whether the accused is a street-level criminal or the commissioner of police. At its core, this is not just a story about one man's alleged crimes. It's about the kind of country we want to live in. Do we accept a system where power shields people from consequences, or do we fight for one where the law truly applies to everyone? If Masemola is guilty, then his downfall could be a turning point, a chance to start cleaning up a police service that too often feels like it's working against the people rather than for them. We don't yet know how this will end, but one thing is clear: the days ahead will be critical for the future of South African policing. Whether this becomes another chapter in a long book of unpunished corruption, or the start of genuine reform, depends on what happens next. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video so we can keep the conversation going. The fight against corruption is everyone's fight, and we must keep the pressure on until justice is served. Stay informed, stay vocal, and stay engaged.